behalf. When Michael Smerconish asked him about that, it's basically said he didn't want to open up a can of something, have his lawyer scrambling, so maybe cross-examination might be a little much for him. So there's that. And to refresh everybody's memory, this is the Andrea Constand case from 2004. Cosby's facing 3 counts of felony aggravated indecent assault. He's pleaded not guilty. Andrea Constand says she was drugged, sexually assaulted. Bill Cosby in a deposition said, yes, they had sex, but it was consensual. So there's that. Now let's get to this interview. Again, we're just under 3 weeks away from the trial beginning. Michael Smerconish on SiriusXM Radio is asking him about reasons for all this, and Cosby saying racism could be at the root of the allegations. Here's that.
There are so many tentacles, so many different, nefarious is a great word, and I just truly believe that some of it may very well be that.
Now, Michael Smerconish challenged him, saying not all of the accusers, there's been more than 50, are white. And Bill Cosby, and I'm paraphrasing here, basically saying there's different motivations, maybe like landing a job. Yeah, more than 50 women, many saying he drugged and sexually assaulted them. So what's Cosby's take on all these women coming forward? Here's that with Michael Smerconish.
The piling on, so to speak, is a way, and certainly an impressive way, to get public opinion to come to the other side.
Are you telling me that they're all lying?
You know better than that.
You know, they're very careful with his words, as he has been sued for defamation. Again, back to what some experts are saying, this is planned to soften his image. More Cliff Huxtable, less accused sexual predator. Michaela, he even tweeted this, more of the family man image that I love you, Camille, his wife, who he says he's never lost his support. Erica, Aaron, Ensa, Evan, and keep fighting in spirit. And
the most recent rape allegations against Bill Cosby are being met with mixed reactions. After all, the 77-year-old was America's dad, Cliff Huxtable, who helped to break through racial barriers on primetime television. This meant for years, the media and most of the American public looked the other way, even after he dodged multiple accusations from women accusing him of drugging and raping them. Cosby even settled a civil suit with one accuser under undisclosed terms. But now, with so many women coming forward and the power of the court of public opinion playing out online, people are finally beginning to grasp that perhaps a beloved TV father could be a serial rapist. So what does this say about the power of not only the media, but also our conditioning? When these victims dare speak out about this abuse, they are ostracized and driven into obscurity, while these men are protected and go on to have thriving careers. When womanizing former President Bill Clinton was accused of sexually assaulting multiple women, the media and feminists alike rallied around him. Clinton, who, like Bill Cosby, has a long history of alleged sexual violence against women dating back some 30 years, the media not only attempted to cover up the Lewinsky affair, his White House was pouring every ounce of energy into portraying this 21-year-old woman as a crazed liar and stalker. That is, until she produced Clinton's DNA evidence. The media, all too eager to play along, helped condition the public to believe their president was above the law. As a president, he could commit perjury and lie under oath. Director Woody Allen, who has for decades dodged allegations of sexually abusing his daughter, just wrapped his latest feature film, which will undoubtedly be heaped with praise, while the media firestorm surrounding his alleged molestation will have long fizzled out. And the latest manifestation of media conditioning happened just last night, when CNN's Don Lemon blamed a Cosby rape accuser for not using her teeth to bite her way out of sexual assault. Clearly, Lemon should have bit his tongue. Now, brushing off allegations of sexual assault and victim blaming not only allows the accused to move on to their next victim, but it also minimizes the act itself. This means that if a rapist were to receive any punishment at all, jail time might be less than those who are caught with marijuana. Or in the case of the Steubenville rape, the hackers who were responsible for leaking the rape video could be sentenced to up to 25 years in prison, while the 2 teenage boys who actually drugged and raped a teenage girl while videotaping and photographing the entire violent escapade will spend a mere 24 months in prison. And just to show how seriously those in power take rape accusations, 2 police officers here in Austin, Texas, were caught on a dash cam saying, "Go ahead and call the cops. They can't unrape you." And after responding to questions about the shocking string of rapes by officers, Highway Patrol Captain George Brown went on television telling women that if they don't want to be raped by police, they should obey traffic laws. Every 2 minutes, someone in the U.S. aged 12 and older is sexually assaulted. It's an unacceptable act of violence. But while we're trying to teach young men that no means no, how can they expect to believe that when they see their older male counterparts getting away with sexual assault so long as they have enough money or influence? It's time for us to start standing behind these women who come forward, rather than protecting their rapists, and especially famous ones, under decades of lies, fraud, and deceit.
About Bill Cosby being guilty or not guilty. Why is that even important? There's a lot more important things on the news to cover. Why do they want to cover that? Why does it even matter? Why does it even care whether Bill Cosby is guilty or not guilty? I mean, all I know is that Bill Cosby is a comedian. That's all mostly people know. I mean, do you know? Do you know the whole case? Do you know the whole thing behind it? I'm pretty sure you do not know, and I don't know. So I'm not going to judge him, and I don't even care. So, the point is, why should you even care? I mean, unless he raped you or raped your family, then, okay, then you have a point. But he hasn't. And not only that, the women, pretty much, well, Bill Cosby is big money. He has big money, so I mean, who's to say that they don't have a motive to try to sue him for money and accusing him of rape without no evidence? We don't know nothing about the case, so we don't know. And these women, why should even care whether Bill Cosby actually even raped them or not? It doesn't even matter. I mean, it's not even a big deal. I mean, unless it involves you, then why should you even care? I mean, this is pointless. The news should cover something more important that affects everybody. Not just some famous or has been famous comedian like Bill Cosby. I mean, all I know, he's a comedian. That's all, you know. Other than that, I don't care if he did it or he didn't. Why should you even care? I mean, really, why should you care? Seriously.
He's been married since the 60s, so pretty much 50-some years to his wife Camilla. And they had 5 children together. And don't get me wrong, like, if you look up the facts, it's been multiple women that he's did this to, essentially. And all I'd like to know is what did his wife know, and how much, and when did she find out, and all this, and what did she do to prevent it? That's what I like to know, because, you know, after being married to a guy for 50-some years and not suspect anything during that time, that seems a little fishy to me, you know, like severely fishy. Now, another thing I like to bring up in this case is the fact that the majority of the complainants were white women. Now, I've seen posts online, social media, videos, essentially black men talking about how they treat white women as trophies. Yeah, trophies, something to be collected. You sleep with them, you get a trophy type of thing, I heard that all over social media. Now, I'm not saying all black men view it this way. Of course not. There's a lot of black men that are decent people, but there are black men that treat white women as trophies. Now, saying that, I'm expecting a lot of shitheads acting negatively in the comment section over that one. And you know what? If they're acting all negatively, chances are they're probably one of these guys that do treat white women as trophies, probably. And they just don't want to be called out on it. And not saying that other men of other races don't do it, but this is just an example of, man, one race treat women of another race as a trophy. I mean, there's other examples and permutations that of other men doing this, but I'm just bringing up the point of essentially some men treating women as trophies, sexual conquests, something to be collected. It isn't right, especially how Bill Cosby was doing it, drugging the women. It's not like he went in there and just charmed them, with his own personality and jokes and all that. He actually drugged them, so they didn't know what they were doing. And that's a big problem, because it tarnishes the reputation of a group of men, that actually do it the honest way, legitimate, be personable, and all that, and it's not really fair to them. Another point I want to bring up is, this has been going on for a couple of years now, where it's been me off and on and all that, and quite frankly is the Cosby Show, which he's well known for back in the 80s and early 90s, was in syndication. Now, as soon as the news broke a couple of years ago, they pretty much took out syndication. It honestly was a good show. Encouraged a lot of young African Americans to go to university, get an education. Like the actor Malcolm Jamal Warner, who was on the show, said in a video a while back, I think it was summer 2015, he posted it, how it influenced African Americans to go to university. You know what? If it had that positive impact on population, then why take it off the air? And plus, it was an important show to kind of quell racism, like create that move forward, like can you imagine being part of the white community growing up with a TV show like that, has an impact on your views of racism.
A group of graduating seniors at the University of Notre Dame walked out of their graduation ceremony to protest Vice President Mike Pence's commencement speech on Sunday. It started as he began his speech, with Time reporting